talking, I've just checked the levels over here, mate.
Okay, so good evening, everybody. For those that are going to tune in tonight, we are doing the ladies singles finals night, coming from the Belgrove Social Club in Welling. We've just going to do a last few couple of sound checks just to make sure we've got everything working with the streaming, whilst the players get themselves ready after their semi-finals, and then we'll be getting started with the match ongoing. You're going to have me in the commentary box tonight, just on my own, because Paul's taken the job of doing some refereeing, and I believe John's in the house as well, so you may get the clock out and get the girls on the stopwatch as well. So to give you a bit of background for the evening tonight, our four players into finals night was two finalists, Angie Hobbs, Rachel Howard, and semi-finalists were Patrina Pierce and Mel Barnes. Angie beating Patrina in the semi-final 3-1, I believe it was, and Rachel just overcoming Mel in the second semi-final 3-2 on the final deciding black. So close game there. It's a good pool played all round so far in the semi, so it's hopeful that the final will be also as good. Yeah, not the first time we've seen these players in the final. Angie's a frequent visitor to the final. She's won this title a few times now, I think. Don't quote me on how many, I'm not sure without looking at the stats. Rachel, I think, still seeking her first one, so from a neutral point of view, it'd be nice to see a new name on the trophy. However, obviously, Angie's a popular player amongst the league, so no one's going to begrudge her getting this as well. But she's got a little bit of a bad back tonight, so she'll be thankful that that Paul's doing the reffing and racking the balls up. She hasn't got to bend down too much for that. But we're not going to hold that as an excuse. She's played some good stuff already, so we shall see how the final goes. They've done the lag. It's Ange going to break first. Apologies for the slight slant on the camera. Yeah, go on. Apologies for the slight start on the camera. It's just slightly offset where we're setting up in the back room here at the Belgrove. But hopefully everyone can see it clearly enough. If there's any issues with the stream, if anyone's got any sound issues or visual issues, do drop a comment on the stream so we can take a look into it. I'll try and keep my phone open so I can see any comments coming up. Oh, first viewer in, Michelle Brown. Nice to see you. So, Rachel's first in on reds. Try and pop the numbers up. There we go. So I'm in the back room tonight. I can't actually see the match table from where I'm sitting, so I'm literally commentating on the exact same thing you're seeing on stream. So hopefully I can't give you any inside knowledge on whether the balls are going to go in or not. I'm literally seeing it as you're seeing it. That's a nice little shot along cushion there. Rachel, she's I think this one to the middle where near the black does go past. Just a bit of cueing it forwards, maybe just to get onto the next one above the yellow, just above it. It's a nice shot. She's just about gone far enough there, I think, to get on this one. So go top right with this. She does play this one to the top right. She's going to be wary of getting too much into the cue and going in off. And see if she can land on one of the other ones just above that. That's unlucky. So Ange coming to the table now with yellows. Getting no particularly easy finish at first glance. Cut the balls on cushions. Taking this one long to start with. That's a decent pot. It's not really come out ideal, shall we say. feel she's going to go for the one on the right. Playing the one by the two reds is probably a little too adventurous for a first frame. She might try and drop this in. She might. Double's not really on, I suppose. Dropping this in the middle potentially. It's a good pot. Brought the cue ball back to roughly where it was, but she can see this one on the cushion on the left side now, so that's. She's going to drop that in. It's a pretty natural position for the next ball. That's a nice shot. That's a very nice shot. So she could pop this into the middle, just come off the top cushion, maybe land behind the one on the side. Depends how hard she hits it. She might get into it and give it a bit of a clout. Good evening to the viewers coming in there. Shane and Paul, good to see you. Well, that's a little closer to the pocket than I was envisioning she was going to do, but she's on this one. Play it long, I presume. Oh, just caught the bump of the knuckle there. So, see what Rachel's going to do with these. Again, at first glance, there's no real need to go for a finish here, if I'm honest. There's more work to do on yellows than there is on red here, but she could just play a simple safety shot at the top end of the table. I think she's going for the pot on the one closest to the pocket. See, that's come up on the stream there as Len's liked the stream. Haven't seen him actually watching just yet. Come on, Len, get involved. So potting this is going to be a tricky one to get onto the next ball, so we'll see what she does with it. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she played a bit of safety in that shot. Hasn't left Angie anything really to go at. That yellow does go past those reds into the bottom left. It could take it on now, but it's whether there's any value in it. I mean, liking the idea of just bumping this one off the bottom cushion and leaving the cue ball there. Good to see you, Len. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that's okay. She's just deciding that the bottom cushion wasn't where she wanted it, so put it on the side. That's it, nice and safe. Love the thinking. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking there is a finish on here. She could play this red up to the top left, either come back for the one below it, or just top through slightly for the one by the yellow that could go up to the top pocket on the right, if it passes the yellow, that is. It's very close together, so it's a twitchy little shot, but she's played that nicely. So, if this goes past into the middle, then it depends what angle she's got. If she can just play it and top it through. Not sure if she's just a bit straight on it though. If it does go, it should be able to top it forward just off the yellow and come forward. Just got to mind that she doesn't go in off on it. Oh, she went long with it. It's not a bad effort, to be fair. That's a bit unlucky. It's not left a lot. So, there's the gaffer there just checking the ball on the cushion if it's touching or not. Does make a difference if it is frozen. Of course, the ref in these rules has to call that. I'll get that win in early. Mr. Parlett will be very happy with I've said that. It's a good pot by Ange there. And she's left herself a finish here now. She's only got to drop this one in, and she's on the one in the middle afterwards. Yep, that's dropped in. Yeah. So unless she wants to cue it in and go up and down the table, which I wouldn't put it past her, it's a case of just trying to drop this in and almost take your medicine and have a shot at the black. We'll see how she plays it. Yeah, as expected. She give it a little bit of welly. We don't let Ange near the commentary box, but you can probably hear her in the background. That's a nice comment, Len. I may have to pass that one on because Angie isn't on Facebook and she's not going to see that. So a long pot on the red here. That's a nice pot. She's landed in the only place that she could snooker herself. So she's getting the old measuring stick out, trying to work her angles out. Universal code for knowing what you're doing around the table is to get the cue out and start measuring things. She wants to hit this on the right hand side of the red ideally, because it could slip past and going off potentially. Well, not that far right, unfortunately. So Ange with ball in hand should finish these now. Not to put too much of a hex on or anything, but there goes the yellow. There goes the black, and that's 1-0 to Ange. So we're just going to go a little quiet now whilst we pull up the sponsors. Okay, so we're just going to start off with a little bit of a quick speak about the easy fundraising, which obviously has been going for quite a while now. I'm sure a lot of you have heard it on streams. I was talking about it. When you're shopping online, if you do an extra click, the league get a few pence towards the coffers, which all goes towards adding to prize money, improving the facilities that we provide. So, Bombers, if you haven't got involved already, please do so. There is prize draws with that as well, which you can win yourself a few quid when we do the draws at committee meetings. So yeah, that's those. Just going to click through to. Just going to mention one of our premium venues, it's Elton Terrace Club, where some of our upcoming singles and masters events are going to be held. So yeah, keep an eye out on the streams for those when they come up in the future. So the balls are all racked, so I think we're going to go back to play, so we'll get you to some more on those in a little while. Okay, so ball's being racked up, frame number 2. I believe it's Rachel to break these ones. So it's a fairly open split. 3 balls did go past the line, so it's a legal break. And no obvious finish on. Nothing particularly straightforward here. There's an argument for both colour sets here. It just depends how they feel. Angie will probably have her tail up a little bit after winning the first frame, so she might decide she'll have a little crack at these. She's choosing to go reds. It's a nice cut. Ooh, been a bit unlucky to bump the yellow over and knock the red, as she just indicating there in front of the camera. So having created the problem, she's now got to resolve it in a little while. So she might have been going for a pot there, she might not. Again, we can lean on the side of benefit of the doubt. So Rachel comes to the table with a messy looking colour set for yellows. She can see the one bottom right, by the bottom right pocket, so that's a possibility of a pot on there. I think she might have been trying to loss a turn there, possibly. Giving Angie a good opportunity to get that red out now if she wants to. She might decide to try and play the red she's near to. I think there's a good opportunity now to just try and get that one out, get it out in the open, and ask the question why that red's blocking yellow and black. But everyone sees the game differently. So nice easy opening yellow here into the middle. Just wants to leave herself something. Still that problem cluster on the left hand side to deal with. I think she might have possibly be thinking about another loss of turn. The yellow that's just below, that's the one she's playing now, that will go in off that red. And if she plays it, I was going to say she could have played it possibly with knocking out the other one as well. So one ball out, and just the 2 on the side now with a little bit of an issue. She's played that nicely. She's landed very straight on that one. There's no harm in dropping this in now, and then again dealing with the problem ball. While she's got a red sitting over the pocket, it's an opportunity to get the ball out. Just asking the opponent the question. She's mopping the balls up at the top first. She's got into that a fair bit. I don't think she wants to be all the way down here, but here she finds herself. So the red is out, and obviously as is the yellow. So just ask the question now, what's she going to do with it? Can she pop these balls and move the cue ball around enough to get onto the problem balls now? The problem balls being the ones obviously by the bottom bottom left hand side as we're looking at it. So you're naturally thinking if she can get onto it properly that a loss of turn shot will be what she would aim for. If she could get onto that bottom one right by the red now, then that would have been a good loss of turn and snooker at the same time. She's not quite on it at the moment though. We have to bide her time. She's got the option of a little snooker here, maybe just flick off this one that she's next to and come in behind the black and yellow cluster. Yeah, that's what she was trying to do anyway, trying to get in behind. She's left-handed poke at this, but she's also tied the black up a little bit further as well, so work to be done in this frame still. Right, well, that's 3 by the pocket, so I fancy she's probably going to pot something next time she gets to the table. So Rachel with the harder balls to go at here. The one that's in the middle of the table, she could play that down to the bottom left off the red and bump it out of the way. It's not an easy shot by any means, and there is a little in-off threat as well. She's got a loss of turn that side. Slightly open the black up a little bit, you could argue, but also you could argue open the yellow up a little bit. She's just saying to Ange now, if you're going to pot these, all well and good. Good luck to you. But potting this doesn't really get down onto the other one very easily. She's got to do some work with the cue ball here. I think that is what's locally known here as a wide. So it's hard to say who's actually favoured for this frame, because there are balls covering balls all over the bottom here. It's a very messy bottom cushion. If I had to stick my neck out, I'd say yellow's a slightly better placed at the moment. Which may sound silly as they're not looking obvious, but she gets this red out of the way by the bottom left pocket, they're there to be had. Just depends how she feels with going this, really. It probably pots clean, and it's not ideal if she does pot it clean. She wants to bump the red out of the way, really. Loss and turn is still there. It's whether the red, she's going to run into the red at the same time, so it's where the red comes out afterwards that's the slight problem. Okay, didn't get the loss of turn, but hasn't left anything particularly easy. Ange could flick off this red into the yellow with the cue ball and knock the red in, and the red will go up the table naturally anyway. Ange going for a slightly more gung-ho version of what I just said. That would have been perfect if the red had actually dropped in the middle as well. Not sure she can see this now past the yellow. If not, then she can come off the side cushion just below the middle pocket and hit it. That shot is there. She's queuing up a swerve shot there. I'll say, with her bad back, maybe not advised. And in her own words, you might have heard in the background there, oh wow, how did that miss? So ball in hand, 4 balls relatively near pockets. So she's choosing to take the awkward one first, which is absolutely the right thing to do. She dropped this one in. In fact, I think she's even doing it with a bit more angle than I would, because the one over the other pocket is natural next anyway. But she dropped it in nicely. So it's just a case of holding a cue ball for 3 more pots. Maybe didn't want to be that close to the cushion possibly, but she's got a little angle on this one. She can just sort of top it through off the side cushion and come out for the black into the middle right hand side as we're looking at it. That's that. Ooh, got a little farther than she would have wanted there. Still makeable. You still expect her to cut this in. Yeah, very nice. That was thinner than she was. So we're all square. Okay, so just a quick shout out to the venue that we're at tonight. We're doing a few of our minor finals, should we say. We've got the ladies final tonight here. Next week we've got the mixed pairs final here as well. So yeah, Belgrove Social Club in Welling, HQ for the committee meetings as well. But yeah, a few teams playing out of here, and again, they may have a vacancy also potentially if you wanted to play out here yourself. Get in touch, speak to John, speak to the club. One of our venues, let's pop back, where are they gone? Yeah, Woolwich Snooker Club. Again, you might have seen that on the stream recently. We did the seniors down there recently. Another venue in the local area that a few of our teams play out of. Again, if you're interested in going down there, do go have a little look. And just while we got it there, no, we don't want to talk about him. There's no one of our venues. New Eltham Social Club. Again, a few of our teams playing out of there. Slightly outside of the area of some of our teams, but a nice club. Again, if you need to get down there, speak to Paul Carroll and the people at the club themselves, yeah, and have a look. Balls are racked. I think we're all good to go. So I'm just going to get back onto the actual pool. So 1-1. Right, so it's Angie up for a second break. She's giving him a good clout. And they've come up dry. Breaks are not forgiving on this table tonight. Let's look at it. It's an okay split. Again, argument for either colour set. A little bit of work to do getting around them. Depends how you feel. The obvious shot, she's going for yellow, it seems. So yeah, just run round the knuckles of the pocket there and bounced out again. So that is still an open table for anyone that is still unfamiliar with international rules. There's no nomination of colour set at the start. It is the first ball you legally pot, which determines your colour. We've all been playing these rules long enough now to know these things, I'm sure, but we'll tell you anyway. So as deciding on this yellow here, give it a good cut in. She's going for the trick shots in this frame, knocking them in a 2 at a time. So if this yellow goes past here, there's an opportunity to open the black up a little bit as well. Just played that nicely, a nice touch. Straight down on this next one, no hanging about now. Again, you can probably hear her in the background berating herself for not getting the cue ball as far over as she wanted. I'll tell you what, she's hit a thin one there. That probably looked as thin as it looked on screen here to you as well. but it's got it off the cushion, got it near a pocket, which in these rules don't always mean a good thing, because with the loss of turn shot and so forth, it's not always an advantage now. But 2 balls near a pocket and 1 on the side that's possible at the moment, so Rachel comes to the table again with a slightly uphill task. That said, all the reds are there to be done. So she dropped that one in there. That's unlucky. It's a little unlucky there. You could argue it's a little bit fortunate that red's gone behind the yellow and blocked the natural path it could have gone. So it's one for Ange to work out. Depends how gung-ho she wants to go about this. So she's dropping this one in, possibly trying to get over to the next one. Well, she's managed to get through everything without disturbing nothing. Try that again, she'll probably not do it 99 times out of 100. So she's left with a similar dilemma that she had before, that she didn't go for with ball in hand, but she's played a nice little shot there, found a nice little plant double. And if she's on this ball through the gap, which I'm guessing she isn't, or she would have got down and played it by now, I think. So she's got to try and work out how to get through to this, navigate round 4 reds, possibly more. I mean, she can go through the gap, she can hit it, but it's just the value of doing so. Okay, she could hit it directly, so that's not too bad. So Rachel's got a choice here now. She can either pot this one into the middle and look to play on from there and negate the fact the yellow is actually there, or she can go up table and play a safety and snooker behind some balls, look for a better opportunity. It's just how each player feels. But to be honest, that red she's right next to might even pass that yellow into that pocket. Ooh, but she won't be happy with that. I think Angie will be able to see this yellow, and she'll be able to pot that and come up table. In an ideal world here, a little bit of right hand side just to come the left side of the red as we're looking at it for the black in the middle. And if she can't quite see it enough, then that probably might even equate to a swerve shot. But she's leaning over a red in the pocket, which doesn't help, and stretching, probably not doing her back no good at all. And she's knocked that in, and the red's bumped out the way, so she has a shot at this in the middle. Again, I'm not too sure if the white is going to cannon into the reds and going off. I think it's probably unlikely, but she's having a look at it. For those adventurous people amongst you watching, you might think, oh, let's play the black up and combination on the red at the top. I'll tell you what, I called it, but I didn't think she was going to go at it. But it's not a bad leave. It's not a bad leave. Rachel's got one cover in red here, so if she plays off one of these ones and goes for a pot towards the top, she's got to make sure the cue ball comes over the right hand side, because anything left or right of that red is going to leave a pot on at this black, so just be careful here. And I think she's just playing this one with an element of safety and snookering, just coming off the right hand side of it. Doesn't want to go in off. Where's the cue ball going? Oh, I think she may have left that. It's not an easy shot. The red does play big a little bit, but I think she might be able to see enough of this. Again, a little bit of a swerve shot possibly is going to naturally potted towards the black anyway. Just heard the pips on the clock there. John calling out when it got down to 5. So that's the first time I've heard that tonight. At least I know it's been done. So she's gone for the we're just going to hit it and leave it safe shot. Maybe the pot wasn't on. Do a disservice. But now, it seems silly to say it because there's 6 reds on the table, but a lot of people would argue now that the red's a favourite in this frame. Just holding the cue ball together for a few pots here. So it's seemingly she's going to be going for this one down the cushion here, which she has to get right because that plant between the two of them into the left middle is not dead set, so that needs to be made. That'll send the red up towards the other one at the top of the table as well, and if she doesn't get it, the black is just left sitting there. So she's just got to take her time and due care and attention to all of these shots that she's playing now. See, that one, it's covered the pocket, so depends how Ange wants to play this. You can play loss of turn in a couple of different ways here. You can just flick off the black and nudge the cue ball into the red, or she can pop the black onto the red, which I think is what's choice of shot. Oh no, she's gone for a double. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, don't no one breathe on that side of the table. That ball is hanging. So, again, if she'd had to take some care and attention to her shots beforehand, she definitely has to now. Ooh, that's a bit close to her work. So, I think she's going to have to drop this in now, maybe come across, probably screw across to the side cushion and back across to leave a red into the bottom left, just behind Paul Gaffer's head there. It's not by any means easy now. So, big shot in the context of this match. Big shot now. I think she's left herself basically the one to the left as we're looking at it here. Unless the red does sneak past the black into the middle, in which case going to the one on the right might be the option. I think she's queuing at the one in the middle, the one on the left, sorry. So just topping it through maybe slightly to hold for it. That's a very good shot. Considering the pressure that black being sitting there, that's a very nice shot. Left herself dead straight on this. So I've just got to drop this in. No dramas. Screw back a little bit if necessary. Yeah, that's very nice. So, Rachel takes the lead, 2-1. So, we just update those scores on here. Okay, so just going to get a quick mention for a couple of other our sponsors here. So Jury O'Shea for any kind of legal representation or advice or any requirements. Rahat Munim is your man to see. Again, plays out of Eltham. If you ever need to speak to him, do get in touch. Plays for the Sharks. And then we have a newest sponsor, actually it's been incredible, Waste Solutions. Any of your waste requirements, removals, disposals. That's again John Dennehy is the man that's put that one forward. So again, anything in the surrounding areas, London and surrounding areas, do get in touch with him or the company, and they'll be able to put you on the straight and narrow with those. And we've got, I'm just going to mention it's right back here at the start somewhere, and that's Bedpost, which is a long-term sponsor for the league. That's our Trevor Biggs. That's his company he works for. So again, anything you want a bed, a mattress, a pillow, anything to push you to sleep, speak to Trev. That will do it naturally anyway. And then speak to him for discount, and obviously that'll be available as well. So getting the nudge now. We're going to be back to the pool again. So yeah, just to clarify, the final is a race to 4, best of 7, whichever way you think of it. The semi-finals were best of 5, race to 3. So yeah, the final was a little bit more, give them a bit more pull, and give yourselves on the stream a little bit more pull to watch as well. So it's Rachel to break now, I believe. Rachel's been cutting the brake a little bit, just missing the head ball a little bit on the side. It's just not breaking open for us. That's a foul brake, as you just heard. So nothing potted, and 3 balls didn't completely go past the centre line between the 2 middle pockets. So therefore that's a foul brake, and that does bring Ange back to the table to break again if she chooses to do so. Of course, she has the option to pass it back, but no one really ever does that. So they like to try and break and clear up just to make them feel bad. We'll see what Ange does with it. Yeah, not normally any chance of Ange doing a foul break. She does give him a good clout. She's fell into the trap and she's opened them all up for an open table. So here comes Rachel to the table now. See what she can do with these. Good to see a few others joining in now. See Anthony, Jonathan, Ben. Good to see you all. So this is in the context of the match. When it's only a race to 4 at 2-1, it's quite a key frame in the match. Ange trying to pull back to 2-2, and Rachel obviously trying to get on the hill, as they call it. So yeah, it's quite an important one. 2-2 to 3-1 is a difference. So Angie now with the yellows. Should just pop that up there. And they're all relatively out in the open here, you'd have to say, apart from the black's a little bit tied up maybe, but depends how she wants to go with it. I think she's going to go for this one down the left side as we're looking at it. She probably has to go at it with a little bit of punch in the shot. Oh, she's going the other way. She's deciding that ball needs to come off the cushion a little bit, so she's knocked it out a little bit. She's not really left a lot for Rachel to go at, so shall see what she does with these. I think I'd be favouring possibly bringing one of those reds that's up the top down to this end, and leaving the cube up there somewhere. She can see that one to pot it, so that's always an option as well. So, Ange comes to the table now. She can see that yellow, I think, part just above the black there will go past. She's Gone for a slightly more tricky one and nudged it out. That's a good pot. So that yellow's a little bit more accessible now. But again, the problem here is the black, the 8 ball. To get it out, you've got to try and work an angle on possibly that yellow. She's right, just nudged to bring it out. So she might play that. She might play the one in the middle, maybe bump past the red. So this is now slightly big shot. She's got her cue this one well. She's going to play the one, I presume, by the cushion. Try and pop it in and come out and maybe nudge into that cluster in the middle of the table. So, probably not best to listen to anything I'm saying because they're going nothing like the shots I'm describing. They're playing it their own way. So, that's nudged the red onto the cushion, which helps her cause. And she has left the cue at that end of the table now, so if she wants to do so, she could play the red into the middle off the yellow to open that other red up. I think she's playing this one long past the other yellow. Okay, so I will suggest that Angie's probably going to go at this one at the bottom, as there's a little bit of an angle there. If she hits it cleanly enough, that will then possibly have the cube will go into the cluster, and if she nudges the black out there, the yellow by the middle is on. Well, she's made it a little bit more open, but not an easy thing to get on. So she might have a little angle here. She might be able to just punch that in and come across, and well, she's got herself a shot on it. This is on, I think. We shall see how close she gets to the pocket there. The red again is playing a little big in the eye line of this shot. She's gone for the long double, and it wasn't far away. Again, now that has put Rachel probably favourite for this frame now, with these still 7 balls on the table. But in these rules now, this is where you've got to start thinking, can I bring my balls out? Can I get a snooker? Can I get ball in hand? Continual potting of balls here isn't necessarily the way forward. And that's not to say that she can't pot all of these, because she probably could. If she drops this one in down the cushion, can she come out past that red to be on the one in the left middle? Or if she drops it in, does she end up stuck behind that red? She could follow it through possibly as well. But with the luxury of the black being on the top cushion there, missing that, I hasten to say, probably not going to cause her too much grief. But if Ange finds a shot here, and again I'll stick my neck out and say that if she plays this as a slow double to the middle on the left hand side, that's an option. Knowing our Ange, she'll just try and cut this in along the top cushion. But hey, your guess is as good as mine. Anyone wants to put in the comments what they think they're going to do, please do. I think she went for the cut on that one. That was an extreme cut. So, reds are all there now. It's just finding the right starter here. I think the right one is to play this one that she's next to into the opposite right middle. It's natural to come around for another ball afterwards. Aiming for an area maybe to land on 2 or 3 balls. Well, if she can see one of these ones timekeeper there just listening out for an extension call, which was given. She's, I think, just about got a snooker here, but if Ange can curve around this one a little bit, it's a possibility she can get enough of that black to hit it and pot it. I think she can see the thinnest of edges of it, but I think a little bit of a swerve, bendy type shot round the red is probably going to help with that one. Now she's eyeing up the cushion, then back to the curve. She's having a go at it. Okay, so she put the black back on the top cushion, and as you were. Yes, Ange likes a cut, Jade, yes, even if it's not necessarily the right shot. So, Rachel decided to take the easy one first. So, what do we do here? Does she play this long? It's not a bad option, because again, it's not really going to leave a lot if she doesn't pot it. And it does leave the red up that end of the table as a joining ball to the black. You could bump this red off the bottom cushion if you wanted to. That's not the worst shot in the world. Again, we're going to see now if Ange likes to go for another cut. It's a little bit better angle maybe this time, you could argue. Same sort of result. It was closer to putting it on the front table rather than the back one we're playing on now. But the 8 ball is out in the open now, so just gives Rachel a little bit of something now to think about. Knock that one in. Slightly hampered queuing over this red that she's next to. She might come down the table for the one that's nearest the black, possibly. It's the sort of, I say easiest of pots, because there's not really an easy looking pot on at the moment where she's left it, but it's possibly the best one to be able to cue at properly as well. But that said, she doesn't have to go for a pot, she can just play a safety. I think that possibly is that for this frame. That black does go through that gap, I'm sure, into the left middle. Edge down pretty quickly on it. And the cut shot didn't go in there either, Jade, unfortunately. So another chance for Rachel to come to the table. So that's a nice pot. She's on this ball. It's a little close, but by potting this, the cue balls naturally come up the table for one of the other two. Slightly awkward stretching, but she's going to try and drop it in. Cue ball just holds up on the middle pocket there. Doesn't make this cueing any easier than what it was. But again, it's a case, takes the one at the top now into the top left. Don't have to do anything with it, just pot the ball. Just pot the ball, maybe come off the top cushion and back down a little bit. The next one is weighing. So has Angie had enough of cutting black balls and decides she's going to pump this one in long? Or is she going to go for another cut shot? Answers on a postcard. Well, fourth time's a charm. And that's 2-2. So yeah, as he's on camera doing a bit of reffing tonight, and he is the backbone of the SLKPA that everyone knows and loves. Mr. Paul Gaffer's tip replacement service is now on the screen for you to see. I've had my cue done with him as well. He's done mine before, so that's serving me well. So yeah, I recommend him to anyone that wants to get their cue sorted out. Obviously, other tip replacement people are out there and available as well, but he's a good service, and I trust him to do a good job on that one. So, peek, what else do we mention on it? So, you've seen all of the advertisements that have been on here. The advertisements have now extended over to the app that we have as well. That's for recording the scores on match nights. So anyone that's interested in getting their company or their business out there via the SLKPA mediums, as it were, please do get in touch with the league on the details on screen now. Prices starting from £30. There may be deals and offers depending on obviously how much exposure you're wanting. There's obviously on the stream, there's the website and the app now also as well. So plenty of opportunity to get your name out there for a small fee, relatively speaking. They argue that one bit of business that comes from that will probably get your money back and some. So always a good opportunity. Get in touch with the league if anyone is interested in advertising with us. I believe the players have had their mini little break now and they're ready to go. Apologies for the language you might be hearing in the background. That is entirely why we don't let Ange near the commentary box, because she is unable to fill out a sentence without some form of swear word in it. So 2 each, and the balls are getting racked up now. So effectively now we have a best of 3 to finish this off, and again plenty of pool for those watching to see. There's Ange to break. There goes the ball. Big cheer in the background there because someone's potted something off the break. Not the massive open split that means that they're just going to be drop-ins, but work to be done. So in case anyone was wondering there why Ange did nominate yellow, if there's any kind of doubt as to the shot being played, if the balls are a bit close together, then it's always best to just call what you're playing. Then there's no room for misunderstanding or the ref calling a loss of turn or a foul or anything on you by him not realising which ball you're going for. But as Ange did miss that yellow, it is now still an open table, and Rachel can choose to go yellows if she wished to do so. Which I think she's choosing to do so. So yellow is in. So again, it feels like I'm going to say this repeatedly as the match is developing, but this is now a key frame again in the match, because the player that gets this will go one from victory, and it just puts that little bit of pressure on the opponent for the frame afterwards. Still probably plenty of pool to play in this final, you would argue, but this is quite an important frame, so both players will be wary of that, I'm sure. And Rachel choosing to just keep the game a bit contained, not really offering Ange too much of a look at anything. That said, that red that's just to the left of the black probably does cut into the left middle. If she can get past this red she's nearest to do so. And she unfortunately just caught the red that was in front of it. Fortunately, it was her ball that she hit inadvertently, so no foul. Balls hit cushions, so continue on. But they're a little bit more open now than they were a minute ago. Gives Rachel an opportunity here, possibly to maybe have a little go at these. Again, if she chooses to do so. So it's nice opening yellow there. Fairly sure the one that she's just below will be her next ball. She's just lining it up into the middle pocket. This will just bring the cube over to the right hand side of the table, where she will then have possibly a choice of two balls to go at. Maybe the yellow by the right middle pocket going to the bottom right, or just the yellow to the left middle as a straight shot. Obviously dropping that in first is first order of play. So what can Ange do with these reds? Get this tricky little one out of the way first. Oh. Just flirting with the in-off, putting a little inadvertent top on that. Just makes this trot a little bit more tricky than it was. It's a little bit tricky when you've just missed a couple of shots that you weren't expecting to miss. Again, it plays on your mind maybe sometimes with some players, so it doesn't make those shots any easier. It's not left anything easy per se, but I think she can see that yellow just to the right of the black through the gap in the reds. So if that's on, then that's not a bad shot to play, because that will just naturally connect to the one at the bottom by the right pocket. And that's how I'm seeing it. That's probably nothing like she's going to play whatsoever, because I've been well off with predicting these two's pots today. No, she played the ball I was playing. I don't think she intended to play it exactly like she played it, but it's not the red onto the cushion, and that's made that a little bit more tricky for Ange to get round. It's a nice long pot there, nicely onto the one over the pocket. And drop this in and come down the table for possibly one of the two in the middle of the table. So I get the feeling she's going to play the one to the right of the two reds near the yellow. And the cue ball will just bump into the yellow. It's a nice spot. I presume she's going to play the one by the black next. It might cut in past that yellow. Might double back past the other yellow. She could play this one on the bottom cushion now up off the yellow into the middle pocket, and that will then bring the cue ball up for the red afterwards. I like that shot, but Ange being Ange went for the card, and that's very unlucky to knock the black in, unfortunately. No one likes to win frames like that, but unfortunately that's Paul, and that's now 3-2 to Rachel. So, key frame in the match, that one. I'll just keep the stream on now. I think we're going to play sort of straight through now. Mr. Gaffer's racking up. So it remains to be seen whether we'll look back at that as a turning point in the match, maybe, but an unfortunate bit of bad run that's could sway the match one way or the other. So Rachel to break now, and she's got it in her to break dish as well for the match. I've seen her do it. Unfortunately, not like that. That's yeah, that one's not in dispute. That one definitely is a foul break. Rach just poked her head round the door there with a slight embarrassed look on her face. But last time she did this, Ange broke dry and she was straight back at the table, so we shall see how this works out. And same result again. See this tactic of Rachel's there, make her think that she's got a break and an advantage, and actually she's just opening the balls up for her. Liking the tactics. So, on first look, she's having a go at reds as a colour choice this time. So yep, in that goes. So the obvious problems here then, you've got the two yellows and red together in the middle, and the red and yellow just above the black on the left hand side that are slight problems. I say slight problems, they're all something that we'll probably be able to work out. That's kind of opened up one of the little problems, inadvertently. So Ange comes to the table now, yellows to go at. And to be honest, that little nudge on those two yellows up there has probably done her a little favour as well, because these balls are now all in potable positions. Just a case of getting the cue ball around the table where you want it. So she's got a little angle on this one. She might just pop this in and get on one of the ones above it. She could have followed through and possibly played the bottom of the two yellows together, but she decided a little bit more angle on this one was needed. Let's drop that in nicely. She's just again getting away from the balls at the bottom, so we're going to see another one of those famous Angie Hobbs cut shots. Yep, there it is. Got the ball out. Sorry, just double checking the stream is still going through okay. I think it is. We're currently here on the Wi-Fi at the Belgrove, which is dependent on the number of people in the club as to how much of it we get for doing this. So hopefully it all holds together. Let us know if there is anything issue-wise. I will keep going with the commentary. So if it doesn't come through on live stream, then we've always got the recording that we're doing, which can be viewed afterwards, in case the live stream does happen to have a moment and go down. But Rachel now taking the initiative to try and see out these free balls, and ultimately the match. She can pop this one into the bottom right and screw across the one below the yellow, will pot into the same pocket. Okay, still a little unlucky. So it's left-hander a little tricky, but not impossible. So you can cut this one into the middle. And which she has done. Pop that in. So she's on these two now to the middle. I think the one above the two probably does go, and it does. Just drop that in nicely. I think she's going to end up leaving herself a little bit of a thin, long cut on this yellow by the bottom left-hand side. Just not really easy to get close to it from where she's left the cue ball there. She's slightly off straight the wrong side. Just have to give herself a bit of a shot at it, and she's done. That's gone in. Lost the cue ball a little bit there. That's gone right down. But again, it saves her walking around the table, so that's not. She got a shot at it. Unfortunately, where she's left it, the in-off might play a little big here. It's certainly probably playing on her mind after knocking in the 8 ball in the last game. Oh, she knew about it, and that the red has gone in. Sorry, the black has gone in. The red has come to her rescue and stopped the in-off. So, as is fitting for this game, this match, it has gone all the way to 3-all. If anyone is having problems with the streams, I can see a couple of comments on there. It might just be the Wi-Fi on here that we're on at the moment. I will just get it double checked in a second. Right, so this is the final frame then of the night, the deciding frame, which again I think both players have deserved to go all the way for their play tonight. It's been a good evening. It's been some good pool played, and again for the final, it's been some good stuff in there as well. I will say apologies for anyone that has unfortunately dropped out with the internet. It's a little bit out of our control here. The connection with the Wi-Fi and the internet in here is it's not maybe stood up as much as we would have liked it to. So if you have dropped out with the Wi-Fi, please do see it on the recording afterwards. I am going to just carry on commentating it as normal, so you can see it afterwards if need be. So Angie's broken off, and a yellow has gone down. Again, no obvious run out here. I think yellow probably is the ball she's likely to go for, the one the furthest up the table as we're looking at it. She might try to double as well. She had a pop at it, so Rachel comes to the table. So both players have had their hand on the table in the final, which is again what you want. Just as a player, you just, in a deciding frame, you just want to have a chance at it. There's nothing quite as disheartening as battling your way through 6 frames as we've had it tonight, and then someone comes along and breaks dish or reverse dishes you in the final and you haven't had a chance at it. So both players get their hand on the table and see what they can do with it. So yellow being the choice here again. That's well, again they're not quite opened up as much as an easy finish would be. That red between the yellows there will pot, but again both players are kind of wanting yellows from the look of it, so I think Ange will likely take this one on the right hand side first just to get the colour set. And in it goes, giving that a good old clout. And my apologies, I hadn't put the colours back from the previous frame, but it has worked out the same on this one. So now Angie's got the yellows that she wanted. I think discretion probably the best course here, just to get these yellows a little bit more out in the open and not leave a lot on afterwards. A little double kissing that one out off the cushion a little bit. So it leaves Rachel that gap for that red that I mentioned before. Again, no real easy obvious finish here because the problem balls, there's one or two. The one in amongst the yellows obviously first of all is a problem ball. She's done well to screw that back out without connecting onto anything else. I think she probably wanted to flick the yellow maybe to nudge it out of the way. But she's also got these 2 reds on the right hand side of the table as we're looking at it, which again is a little bit to work out. She could look to deal with one of those now maybe. As it goes, she's played that red, and it's nudged into the black there, and I'm going to assume that our referee has declared that wasn't frozen, otherwise that would have been a foul. Did leave Ange this plant into the middle there, which she's taken very nicely. She'll be coming up table now to drop this one into the top right hand side. That will bring her back down on this side of the table. It's a nice shot. So this one, it does pass into the bottom, and it's just a case of she might have to just play with a little bit of punch probably to come out. Again, completely ignoring everything I've just said and dropping the yellow there over the pocket. So Rachel's choices here again. She can play this red along the cushion here, which in turn doesn't actually leave a lot. Or she could play a loss of turn of some description. getting the loss of turn could play the red onto the yellow, which would mean the cue ball is cannoning into the awkward cluster, and that could in theory open up everything for Ange to go at. She could play it the other way and flick off the red and knock the yellow in, which would then make that cluster another red in there as well, which in turn makes the frame a little bit more contained. So Rachel just playing that shot there, a little bit under the pressure of the time clock. It's easy to forget sometimes there is a clock in the background. So what's Ange going to go at here then? Just a case of bringing these balls out. Oh, she has, and that's worked out really well. If she can pot this one along the cushion and come up with maybe a little bit left hand side just to avoid the red. Yep, really, we didn't hit the left hand side. So, and that problem ball that's been there all frame is still the problem ball now. She did briefly get it out, but now she's not quite on it again. So she may decide here for some gung-ho Hail Mary type shot. She might decide that she's trying to keep the frame contained. But unfortunately now she probably knows that the initiative's just been taken away slightly because Rachel's got 6 balls on the table that she can park the cue ball behind. If that red hadn't have been there, that probably would have gone in, but that's really not ended up anywhere nice. So now Rachel's got the opportunity to play a few tactical shots, shall we say, maybe get a little bit of ball in hand and work these out. She's got 5 balls now sat on that right hand side that are all in the way of each other. No obvious pots here, so this is just a case of bumping balls out possibly and just waiting for a better opportunity. She's taking a look there just to see what she's going to leave if she does this. Delicate touch there, it's got a snooker. Hasn't brought the ball out. That's the only criticism I would have on that shot, is it's not developed the red. If you're going to be playing a snooker and getting ball in hand, you really want to be developing your balls at the same time. It's not really left Angie a lot to go at, so single cushion across and go into it will probably bump the red out. So gone in off there, and again we'll give her the benefit of the doubt for a genuine attempt there. I'm sure there was she was aiming at that yellow. So Rachel now deciding to get right behind these and bump them out a little bit further possibly. Referee right over her shoulder there, making sure everything is all kosher. So Rachel was just apologising to Ange there for leaving her in a really naughty snooker. And if she can get out that way, then well, she's bumped that red out for her, which has done a little bit of work. So Rachel going about these not too badly. She has the option there if she wants to. Now that one's come out, she could play that one into the middle and bump the yellow out itself, and that will naturally leave her on the one to the top. And if that is the case, that red might sneak past into the middle. It's hard to say from here whether it does go in the middle or not. It's possible. Again, she doesn't have to do that though. She can just bide her time, look for a better opportunity. Fairly sure she was going for a pot there. So I can see Ange just attempting to double this into the top left. There won't even be a second thought on this one. No cut available this time obviously, so I think the big double, screwing the cue ball back, trying to land on the black. Yeah, no hesitation there. And she would have been on the black nice. Well, she would have been on the back, but unfortunately it's managed to put the yellow back to roughly where it was. So there's still mileage in this match left. Can't tell whether they declared that a touching ball or not. If it is a touching ball, then that's a simple, easy snooker, just off the bottom cushion slightly. Even then, she still could play it just flicking off this red as well. But there's an argument that says leave Ange a sight of that yellow, so she then does some of the work for you and brings it out. So yeah, she's just flicked off that red and left it a snooker, which Ange will be able to come off the top cushion and quite possibly hit these, but again it is going to open reds up as well, so that's a good hit. How that red's not quite dropped I'm not sure, but it has stayed up. We'll see if that's touching the cushion or not. If it's not, then she can just flick off of that one and either pop the red over the middle or flick off of it and come up the table and leave Angie another snooker. It's been declared not touching, so she's just going to flick off this one from the look of it. Cube will heading towards the top cushion, towards the left top pocket a little bit maybe. Oh, she's got it, but she's now left Ange her favourite shot, the extreme cut. Loves it, loves a cut shot. So that's one or two problems here. Now again, I'm going to call this shot. I know she won't play it, but she could play this red that's down there in between the yellow and the black over towards that middle pocket and knock that one in. That's by the middle pocket on the right hand side. That possibly knocks the yellow in as well, but brings everything out. So she's dropped that one in. That's not landed ideally there. The two on the side there, still a little bit tricky. Now can she just bump these two off the cushion and leave the cube in a place where Ange can't pop this yellow over the pocket? She's just looking at where the cube might be left. Oh, she's going for a loss of turn. You know, in the grand scheme of things, that's a good shot. That's a very, very good shot. Yep, over credit there. That's not a shot that I was looking at, but that's worked out really, really well. So leaves Angie with a tricky escape to get to this now. Coming off of a side cushion, left or right, I suppose, really. The problem is not hitting it. The problem is, can you get it safe? Oh, she nearly cut it in. That would have been a shot that would have ended this match in an Ange way. It has left Rachel with a fairly straightforward snooker now, which should develop these two reds at the same time. She might decide to pop this one first, as it's slightly hampering her. She's just got to be mindful of what she's doing here. That's slightly reaching for that one. So it's left Ange a shot here that I don't know if it goes past this red. I don't think it does directly. So she might just be looking to just play this in behind the red, bump the red out the way a little bit and leave the black over the pocket, or near to the pocket at least, and thus leaving the pressure all on the opponent. She's dropped that in, and that's gone straight in. That's a very nice finish. So yeah, that's that. I'm just going to pop the score up on screen just to confirm. So that's a win for Ange.
Cheers, Rich.
Well done.
Cheers, boys.
And that's as close as she gets to the commentary box ever.
Yes, I agree.
No, congratulations there to Angie. She's done well there. Battled through all night, and that's her second trophy in a week. In fact, she won the singles in another local league as well just recently. So done the double, as she was set out to do tonight, all with a bad back as well. So yeah, commiserations to Rachel there. She's had another good run in the singles, and she will no doubt be back again. And I'm sure a title is not too far into her future. She's certainly good enough. So yeah, that's everything. I'll just leave the stream 1 second while they just sort out the last knockings of it. Both players obviously receiving a little bit of money for getting into the final. I think, if memory serves me, it was £60 for the winner and 30 for the runner-up. Might be 50 and 20. I'm not entirely too sure. But obviously the name on the trophy is the main thing for a lot of people. That name on the website says they've won it. That's what's important for a lot of people. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. Next event for us within the league, we have some team cup games going on this week. Obviously the league season has finished now, so we've got the semi-finals of the Founders Cup and the Silver Salver Cup competitions on Thursday. The semi-finals of the Founders Cup being played at Meridian Sports Hall, and the Silver Salvers will be playing home and away at the team venues. The finalists that come through those will then be playing the week after at Elton Terrace, and the live stream will be there for that. So we'll see which teams get into that. There's some good teams in the competition left in the semi-final stages. So whoever gets through to that is going to be a good event to watch. Hopefully people will tune in for that. Apologies for the stream tonight again. When we get to those ones at Elton, I'm sure the stream will hold out a little bit better than here. Next week, Monday, we also have the mixed pairs. As I say, that's going to be back here at the Belgrove. There's some good players left in the semi-final stages as well. So hopefully there'll be some good live stream, and hopefully we can resolve the internet issues that we've had tonight, so that doesn't occur next week as well. Whilst we're here, yeah, there's also the playoff game that's going on there between Falconwood and I want to say Bears. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. But that's going to be going on Thursday this week as well. That's again at the Meridian on the downstairs tables. So that's to see who plays in the Premier Division next winter season. Yeah, then obviously the main singles events is going to be coming up after that. So we have the first 3 rounds on the first Thursday, and then the finals night the following week. So that will be again the live stream operation for the final of that, and there will also be the sudden death singles running alongside it as well for those that don't make the finals night. So yeah, plenty of pool coming up still. Season's still got a little bit to go, which will culminate on bank holiday on May the 4th. Yeah, May the 4th be with us for the Masters event. That's again the top 16 ranked players from the Premier Division, plus the leading ranking players from the lower divisions will be all attending Elton Terrace to battle it out, see who wins the Masters event. And of course it's the winter season as well, so the singles and the Masters also comes with Champion of Champions qualification, as does the league and the cup winners in the team events. So yeah, plenty to look forward to still in the season. Plenty of live stream stuff that we'll be bringing to you. So yeah, do tune in for the next one. That's pretty much going to be me for the night. So yeah, all good. Thank you for tuning in, and see you again next time.